Welcome to Economic Business Insights. This is the Editor's Corner for the 18th of December, 2025. As the year draws to a close, we turn our attention to a fundamental question facing South Africa's future: how we plan, how we govern, and how we prepare for uncertainty. South Africa's policy history has long been shaped by linear, incremental planning frameworks. From the Reconstruction and Development Program of the 1990s to the National Development Plan 2030, these approaches assumed that tomorrow would largely resemble today, with only minor adjustments. While such frameworks provided structure and direction, they have repeatedly faltered in the face of volatility. Energy insecurity, persistent service delivery failures, and global shocks have exposed the limits of static projections. Government responses have increasingly become reactive, consistently trailing behind unfolding events rather than anticipating them. In this issue, we argue for a decisive break from that tradition. We call for the institutionalization of strategic foresight. Unlike conventional planning, strategic foresight does not attempt to predict a single future. Instead, it equips policymakers to navigate multiple plausible futures, stress-testing policies against uncertainty and disruption. This anticipatory approach stands in sharp contrast to the technocratic rigidity of the National Development Plan, which has struggled to adapt to conditions of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, often referred to as VUCA. The message is clear. South Africa must embed strategic foresight as a core governance paradigm. This means integrating scenario planning and futures diagnostics directly into the machinery of the state. The Indlulamithi scenarios, Hidayta Homes, Vulture Culture, and Weaver Work offer powerful narrative pathways. They illuminate the risks of social fragmentation on the one hand, and the opportunities for cooperation and renewal on the other. Unlike past planning frameworks that treated social cohesion as a byproduct of economic growth, strategic foresight insists that cohesion is a precondition for sustainable development. By learning from international experiences, such as Vietnam's Strategic Foresight 2045 initiative, and applying analytical tools like the Futures Triangle, South Africa can move beyond the inertia of its past. The contrast is stark. Where past frameworks extrapolated, strategic foresight interrogates. Where past plans reacted, strategic foresight anticipates. The choice before us is whether to remain tethered to outdated planning approaches or to embrace strategic foresight as the compass guiding South Africa toward equity, resilience, and prosperity by 2035. In this issue of Economic Business Insights, we explore these themes in depth. Our feature story, Beyond Crisis Management, Strategic Foresight as South Africa's Compass to 2035, calls on the state to decisively adopt strategic foresight. Our second story, Africa's Rare Earths Moment, Positioning the Continent for the Next Global Investment Wave, examines how Africa's growing role in the rare earths economy reflects a rare convergence of geological potential, technological demand, and geopolitical realignment. In the Health Corner, Professor Norman Nyazima advocates for a decisive shift away from reactive, compliance-driven regulation towards proactive, evidence-based regulatory science, balancing innovation with the public interest. And in the Business Corner, we discuss strategies for de-risking the smallholder farmer sector, a critical pillar of inclusive growth and food security. As we close out the year, we wish you a Merry Christmas 2025 and a prosperous New Year in 2026. The first issue of Economic Business Insights in the New Year will be published on the 8th of January, 2026. Thank you for reading and for listening. This is Daniel Makina, Managing Editor of Economic Business Insights.